We're Paul and Shannon, and these are our dogs, Jackson and Doug. We lived in Airbnbs for 2 years, traveling around our beautiful country, hiking, off-roading, and exploring the outdoors. Now, we're in our 19-foot Airstream travel trailer, and we're keeping the adventure going. We're currently staying in an RV park in Stanley, Idaho, located at the base of the Sawtooth Mountains. In last week's video, we explored the mountains, checked out an incredible hot spring, and saw some amazing landscapes. This weekend, we're headed out to complete the 10-mile hike to Sawtooth Lake, one of the most beautiful lakes in the area. If you liked the video, we'd be so appreciative if you gave it a thumbs up and subscribed. Hope you enjoy! Today we're headed out to hike to Sawtooth Lake, which is known to be kind of the quintessential Sawtooth Mountain hike. This hike is supposed to be about 10 miles, I think 1,900 feet of climbing. Excited, Douglas? You think you'll go swimming today?
I'm a champion diver.
A chipmunk.
What, is it not the most interesting thing you've ever seen?
Douglas, you're not gonna get it, buddy. It's a pretty chilly morning here in the mountains. When we woke up this morning, it was about 40 degrees. However, it's supposed to go up over 80 today. We didn't dress in too many layers today because I am sure we will be warming up soon. Last weekend, we came out to the same trailhead, and when we got to that intersection, we took a left instead of going right. And that took us to a lake called Goat Lake, which is less popular, but was absolutely stunning. You'll have to watch our last video to see that hike. And it was a little more than we bargained for. Some of the trail was pretty interesting. I don't know if I would call this a trail. I think today might be a little bit more of a mild, well-packed down trail.
You mean we're not gonna hike up a landslide?
Let's hope not. We definitely did hike up a landslide last weekend.
You're right.
We're just getting our first peeks of some mountains. It is such a breath of fresh air, literally, to have these clear, deep blue skies today. If you watched our last video throughout the last week, staying near the Sawtooths, most of the days have been really hazy, smoke on and off, and it really starts to get to you. Like, we were really feeling it in our chest, just in your body, breathing in smoke day after day. Having this crystal clear blue day just feels so good. So we're trying to keep our pace a little bit faster today, really for no other reason than sometimes we're in the mood to go for a stroll, a meander through the woods, and other times it feels pretty good to keep your heart rate up, get a little sweat going when you're on your hike.
I'm trying to keep a fast pace so that I can warm up, because my plan is to go swimming.
I thought about bringing my bathing suit, but I didn't, mainly because it was like 40 degrees when we were packing up.
Yeah.
And swimming didn't sound too appealing.
It's not too hot right now either.
Yeah, I am getting sweaty though.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of second guessing that choice. Looks like a Christmas tree farm. Look at that mountain.
I know.
These views are insane. Oh my gosh.
It's so rugged.
I know. It is gorgeous. Doug getting a drink. We've learned over the years while hiking with Doug that a lot of times while he's getting a drink, you have to talk to him, or we have to be talking to each other, because he likes to hear that you're still there and that you haven't abandoned him or left him alone. So we've noticed if we're really quiet, he looks back at you constantly, or sometimes he won't even go get a drink. We have to stand here and say, "Good boy, Doug. Good boy, Doug. It's okay, we're here," and then he keeps getting his drink.
As if he's been abandoned before.
I know, which has literally never happened. Let me say that. Absolutely crazy. Looks like a national park.
It really does.
We're getting really close to the first lake, which is called Alpine Lake. We're following a route on All Trails, the hiking app on our phones. The route that we're following doesn't actually lead you to Alpine Lake, but we're gonna take that little trail cut off to go visit that lake because it probably will only take an extra 5 minutes and it will give us and the dogs a little bit of a break from climbing up all these switchbacks. So before I show you this lake, I'm just going to note again that this isn't even the destination, and that's just how incredible the Sawtooths are. This is just an offshoot on the main trail that we came upon. So even though we're adding a little bit of climbing to our route, it was definitely worth it to take that detour down to Alpine Lake. We're getting really, really close to Sawtooth Lake. Can't complain about the views on the way up here at all. I think we have one more switchback and then we probably will get our first view of the lake.
Oh,
is it freezing?
it is so cold. You ready for Doug to jump in right after me?
Yeah. How was the water?
Fine, except for the dog scratching me.
I know, you have a really big scratch on your leg.
How about right there?
Oh my gosh, all the way down your back? Douglas, you saving Daddy from the water? The evil lake? We're just having some snacks now. Having some almonds, we brought some protein bars, and we brought the dogs some food also, but we're not going to feed them until they're done swimming and they've calmed down a little bit so it doesn't hurt their stomachs. Absolutely gorgeous. Blue sky, blue lake. Couldn't be better.
Now jump in.
That was a close one.
So we forgot the dog's bowl. So now Shannon is she's feeding the dogs.
This is probably one of the grosser things I've done. At least it feels that way. My hands are covered in slobber. Ew. The things you do for your doggies.
Jackson, I think, has to be the worst one.
Yes, it's very slobbery. Okay, yeah. Okay.
It's like a wild animal.
And then he drops one, so he like goes on a treasure
Let me
hunt.
see your hands. Oh.
Oh, yum. You don't want to hold hands?
No.
Are you a bear? Going to have your summit lunch, huh? It is very gross, I'm not gonna lie.
Your hands are gonna be brown with dog food and
I'm just
slobber.
gonna put them in the lake. Nature shower. Well, as much as we'd love to stay here all day, we have 5 miles back to the car, so we're packing up and we're gonna hit the trail. It is much busier on the trail now than it was on our way up. There are lots of people hiking up the trail now, so I'm glad we got out early. And it is much warmer. Thankfully, a lot of the trail from here on out will be down in the trees, will be in the shade. I would not be wanting to hike up the trail right now in the heat.
work.
Me too.
26,000 steps for the day.
10.3 miles, 1,860 feet of climbing. As you can probably tell, it's the next day now. Yesterday, when we were recording that very last clip after going for our hike, the GoPro, one, the battery died, but then two, when I tried to turn it back on after recharging it, it was freezing after like 10 seconds or so, which has happened before with the GoPro, and then I need to format the memory card and get all the footage off of it. So that was a whole ordeal this morning. Last evening, we went to a very cute cafe in a small town called Sunbeam, Idaho. It's about 25 minutes away from Stanley, and we learned there are 20 residents there and they only live there in the summertime. After our dinner, we headed a bit down a dirt road to the Custer City town site, a historic ghost town founded in the late 1800s by gold miners. Custer City had a population of 600 people in 1896, and by 1910 it became a ghost town. We also came across the Yankee Fork Gold Dredge, a large machine that was used to extract gold from riverbeds. This historic piece of equipment was impressive and very unexpected to come across while simply driving down a dirt road. This morning we're heading out to actually go mountain biking. I'm going to rent myself a bike. There's a great spot called, I think it's the Galena Lodge, and it is incredibly clear today. We can see the mountains better than any day, even yesterday, so I'm super excited about that. So we just picked up my rental bike from the Galena Lodge, and this will actually be the last time that I have to get a rental mountain bike, because very exciting news, we ordered me my own mountain bike. So Paul has been traveling around with his, but I typically always have to rent one, and so I don't get to go very often. Within the next couple of weeks, we'll be able to pick it up.
We're out here getting it.
Oh yeah? Is that what you would say?
On the side of this double track road.
How much was the warm-up loop? 4 miles? No, 2 miles.
2 miles.
We did a 2 mile warm-up loop.
With 200 feet of climbing.
Maybe we should preface all of this by saying Paul is a very good mountain biker, to put it lightly. And I am an absolute newbie.
Absolute cutie.
And right now, we're climbing up this road, and going uphill on a bike is hard, who knew? So we're gonna get to the top of the trail and then do
Spring Creek, 6.2 miles. You're doing great. You're doing fantastic. For what, your 4th time ever on a mountain bike?
Yeah, my legs are burning a little bit. Much harder than hiking, in my opinion. We're gonna do it. And it's a beautiful day, so that helps.
You're doing great.
Thanks,
There's just
babe.
so many more things to think about whenever you're on a bike than if you're hiking or running.
That is true, especially on the hills in the woods, where it's like, okay, put your seat down, change gear, put your seat up, pedal now.
Keep your handlebars straight.
Yeah, we're learning. Here comes Paul. Don't worry, I did this before him, just didn't get it on camera. Woohoo! So we made it up to the top. Now we're gonna go on a single track through the woods, and it'll be some up, some down, I hear, but thankfully not all uphill like that last section was.
All right, we're just out here getting it. Fastest biker on the mountain. You're doing a good job.
It's hard.
Yeah.
We've done a couple runs downhill so far, but I don't think we've filmed a single second of it because it's been a little difficult. That's all I'll say.
I think you've been doing great.
Thank you.
For your 4th time ever on a mountain bike. Oh.
Back at the bottom at the lodge. We were looking forward to having some lunch here, late lunch. It's about 3:30, 4 o'clock now, and the kitchen closed, so that's a little bit of a bummer. We're gonna have to figure out what to do for dinner. Stanley, where we're staying, has a very, very small grocery store. There's a couple good restaurants in town, so we'll have to figure out what to do for dinner. But for now, I was really craving a coffee. I didn't want to have caffeine this late in the day, but she said she could make me a decaf iced latte. So this is gonna hit the spot, I'm sure. Today riding was definitely a little bit challenging. I definitely had fun, but I have a lot of room to improve. A lot of it comes from just not feeling super confident going downhill yet. It still feels a little scary on the steeper sections, which I guess is to be expected as a newer rider. The uphill parts are definitely hard, so I need to build up my quad muscles a little bit, I think. I kind of have assumed in the past if I can hike 20 miles and run and, you know, do all these things outside, maybe biking would come a little easy, but it definitely is a different type of endurance, I think.
I think you did great on your mountain bike, let's be honest.
Thank you, babe. You're very sweet.
It was your 4th time ever.
I know, it was, but other times have felt easier.
You were a little bit tired today from our 10-mile hike, 11-mile hike yesterday.
You're giving me a lot of credit.
Yeah, you're gonna be fine.
Thanks,
you're gonna
babe.
be fine.
Thank
you did
you.
great.
Thank you. I'm gonna wrap up this video here. We are in Stanley for a couple of more days. I don't think I'll make another video here. I don't think we have any big adventures planned. We're heading somewhere new mid-next week, so if you're not already, be sure to subscribe so you can follow along. If you enjoyed the video, we'd love if you gave it a thumbs up. Thanks as always for watching, and we'll see you on the next adventure.